Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Hernandez. I am a blogger, podcaster, and now I'm trying to get into this YouTube thing. If you follow my blogs, you'll see that I've been writing specifically on religious life / cults / trauma. I'm just getting into that. But in this YouTube, I want to use this platform as a commentary on my blogs. So I understand that people are very upset with the things that I have to say. And in my blog, Why I Remain Silent, Part 1, I can see through like private messages and comments that, one, people don't believe me. Two, I'm obviously the bad guy. And three, that I'm making these things up to like retaliate and to attack the Catholic Church, which is absolutely false. The things that I share in my blog are true stories of what I had experienced, and I'm sharing it because, well, it's my life. And I don't want to go to my deathbed with having these burdens. And I've been at several deathbeds, and I don't want to go that path. And I think that the more I wait, the heavier this burden is. And that's why I'm doing this blog, because hey, it's the truth. And isn't the truth supposed to like set us free? But when you're talking about church members, it's, hey, shh, be quiet. We don't want to hear about that. Instead, talk about, attack the LGBTQ, attack that community. But don't talk about the bad religious members, because you're going to scandalize the church. I think that's baloney. I don't think that me speaking out is a scandal. I think that allowing these issues, these problems to get swept under the rug, I think that's more of a scandal than me just telling the truth of what happened. Now, I am really struggling right now because I am trying to do this from a perspective of love, forgiveness, but it's hard because you see these people running around in religious habits and they're still doing the same tactics. And me speaking out, I am not trying to do it out of hatred. However, I do wish that people would open their eyes to how easy it is for someone to fall under cult-like activity. So when I entered the religious life, I wasn't entering a cult. I was entering something benevolent. I was there to pray. I was there to serve the church, to serve the people, to do good things. However, later on, and I will be writing about this more in detail in my blog, you see that divide where there are good members who are trying so hard to do things the right way, by charity, by kindness. And then you have another side that is trying to do things by manipulation, by fear. So I'll be writing about that more in my blog. And right now I'm going to give a little commentary on Why I Remain Silent, Part 1. So in that blog, I write how after a few months of being away from the religious order, I decided to ask for permission to come back because there's going to be a retreat in Alabama. So I get that permission. I go to Alabama, and what happens when I'm in Alabama? I get ignored, and then I got upset. I drove all this way. They say, yeah, come on. And then they're ignoring me. They're like going the opposite direction. They're not looking at me. And I'm thinking, okay, well, there's a retreat going on. So I go to the retreat. I try to walk in, and then I get pulled aside. well, not really pulled aside. I get yelled at in front of everybody, which was so humiliating. And I get told that I don't belong there. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't think, I said it out loud. What the hell do you mean I don't belong here? I have permission to be here. I'm going to be here. I drove like 16 hours to come to this retreat. I'm going to go to this retreat. And what was I told? I was told, you're not one of us. You're an ex-member. And when that was told to me, my response was, hey, like, I've been a brother for 11 years. I did all this service. I did all this time. Sure, I didn't give money, but I gave my life. I served. I gave all that I had. I left my dreams. I'm here to this retreat because I want to still be connected somehow. And maybe not as a priest or as a brother, but as a lay person. So me and that person and that sister, we're going back and forth. And then I tell her, how the hell can you be wearing a veil and claim that you're a sister for Christ when the way you sisters act in general, not all, but like the higher ones, very rude, very condescending, very humiliating. And so I'm bringing this up, like, how the hell can you call yourself a sister? Or even more so, how can you call yourself a Christian and treat me and other ex-members in such a disgusting way? So the conversation ended there because I walked out. And one of the sisters approached me, and she's a good sister. I don't know where she's now. Maybe she's still there. Maybe she left. But she was trying to calm down the situation. And I remember her, explaining to me, hey, bro, I'm very sorry. These are the rules. And I got upset, and I told her, well, your rules are bullshit. And I'm sorry. I know, sister, it's not your fault. But the rules that these superiors are putting of humiliating ex-members, that's bullshit. So I walked away. But I wanted to share with you, because you might be thinking, well, why go back? Why go back and try to reconnect with this group if they're going to be treating you so badly? And the truth is, I think that when I left the order, I didn't have any skills. I didn't know how to, open a bank account. I didn't know how to socialize regularly. I didn't know how to pray anymore. And I feel that I didn't have a clear understanding of how to have a real relationship with God, because everything before I had felt was so controlled. Even our prayer life was so controlled. And I kind of wanted that control again, not as strict, but I was trying to give them a second chance, because in those 11 years, I feel that they screwed up in multiple ways. And a part of me wanted to give them a second chance, but it didn't work out. So, I go to Alabama in the hopes that I can be under their guidance. And I know, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, it is so obvious that it's a cult. Why go back? But in my mind, the tactics that they were using were tactics of love, tactics of, they want what's best for me. But now I'm seeing it in the perspective of they just wanted control over me. And it hurts. It hurts to know that I went in there for good intentions, and also so many other brothers and sisters, and even there are amazing priests who are there who didn't fall into using those tactics. However, there are so many victims of being under control, being under humiliation, being under scrutiny every minute of every day for years. And I just want to talk about it. So stay tuned for my next commentary. I'll be giving a commentary on Why I Remain Silent Part 2. And that'll be a little bit more intense. And then once we get to Part 3, I think it's going to take a turn that nobody is going to be expecting. So stay tuned. God bless. Keep me in your prayers. I love y'all, and I'll be keeping you in my prayers as well. Peace.